In less than a month, Disney will launch their highly anticipated streaming service, creatively named Disney+. They've promised it will contain a good amount of the Disney, 20th Century Fox, and National Geographic back catalogs, which will be a major incentive for consumers. However, the studio will also be heavily investing in original films and series released exclusively on the service. They've announced a number of them in the lead-up to the Disney Plus launch, and I'm going to run down the ones that most excite and interest me. On the film front, they're releasing the Christmas movie Noel on day one. Starring Anna Kendrick and Bill Hader as the next generation of Santa Claus, the film looks funny and delightful and could be to Disney Plus what the Christmas Chronicles was to Netflix. The live-action remake of Lady and the Tramp will also appear on Disney Plus on launch day, and that one has the potential to be charming. Lady and the Tramp is one of my favorite Disney animated films, so it'll be interesting to see how I feel about the story being acted out by real dogs. As for what Disney Plus has on the horizon, Tom McCarthy has directed his first family film with Timmy Failure, Mistakes Were Made, although it's not his first time working with Disney, as he previously had a hand in the scripts for Up, Christopher Robin, and The Nutcracker in the Four Realms. Meanwhile, Phineas and Ferb will be making a return with their second feature-length adventure, Phineas and Ferb the Movie, Candace Against the Universe, which will center on the inventive stepbrothers traveling across the galaxy to save their sister Candace. I'm always excited for new Phineas and Ferb, and of course the antics of Dr. Doofenshmirtz and Perry the Platypus too. While the movies sound like they'll be worth watching, the bulk of original programming on Disney Plus will be their series, and they're developing a very exciting mix. Marvel and Lucasfilm are providing a lot of these, most notably the day one premiere of The Mandalorian. The series is set shortly after the events of Return of the Jedi, and it'll be interesting to see how the Empire's fall impacts the rest of the galaxy. Jon Favreau has assembled an exciting group of directors for the series, including Taika Waititi, Bryce Dallas Howard, and Rick Famuyiwa. Reading the character descriptions also has me intrigued. Another series set in the Star Wars universe will be Obi-Wan Kenobi's spin-off series. Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan was one of the best parts of the prequels, and it'll be fun to see him reprise his role. It is set between the events of Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, when Obi-Wan was a hermit living out in the Tatooine desert, so I do wonder what stories the writers have come up with. I look forward to the episode where he goes to Mos Eisley and gets annoyed by the customer service. On the Marvel front, Kevin Feige has announced a bunch of shows for Disney Plus that will heavily connect to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which means we'll be required to watch all of them. Hey, I don't make the rules. Of those announced, 3 intrigue me the most. One is What If, an animated anthology series depicting alternate timelines. Details have been scarce on what the episodes will entail, although we do know one will involve Peggy Carter taking the super serum and becoming Captain America. The other series is She-Hulk, which will serve as the MCU debut of Bruce Banner's cousin. I've long wondered when Jennifer Walters would show up in the movie, so it's great to see she'll be given her own series. Miss Marvel, aka Kamala Khan, will also star in a series. I've read a few of her comics and really liked what I saw, so I'm looking forward to her show. Monsters at Work is surprisingly only the second Pixar property to be turned into a television series, following Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. This animated series, being made by Disney Television Animation, takes place after Monsters, Inc., when Mike and Sully found out laughter is a more powerful energy resource than screams. I'm sure they will come up with plenty of funny scenarios depicting this, and John Goodman and Billy Crystal even reprise their roles from the movies. Speaking of Pixar, their Spark shorts will also be featured on Disney+. I love the shorts Pearl and Kit Bull, which were uploaded to YouTube earlier this year, so I'm excited to see what the other talented artists at Pixar have created. These shorts appear to have been allowed to go in a different direction, both visually and story-wise, from what we've come to expect from Pixar, which is wonderful to see. Chip and Dale, meanwhile, will get a new series of shorts, which appear to be in a similar vein to the new Mickey Mouse cartoons we've been seeing. The Muppets will also star in improvisational sketches, and knowing the Muppet performers' penchant for ad-libbing and how in tune with the characters they are, I'm excited for what new antics Kermit and the gang will find themselves in. I will admit I'm disappointed the Muppet series Josh Gad was developing isn't happening, but I'm still hoping Disney will use the streaming service as an opportunity to do multiple experiments with the Muppets. Something that surprisingly excites me the most are the documentary shows debuting on Disney+. The World According to Jeff Goldblum will feature Goldblum taking the sights and being amazed by everything. Goldblum is one of the rare actors I find to be genuinely fascinating to listen to, and I'm sure he had an enormously fun time filming this series. We'll also have educational shows looking at the history of Disney, as we learn about the props, the ink and paint department, the theme park attractions, and all the hard work and imagination that make our favorite Disney films and rides a reality. I also want to mention Legend of the Three Caballeros. This isn't a Disney Plus original series, as it premiered in Asia last year, but it's finally reaching the rest of the world, and as a fan of this avian trio, it seems right up my alley. One strategy Disney is doing is airing episodes weekly rather than releasing the entire season at once like Netflix does. I think that's a good decision, as it keeps people talking about these shows and is also a clever way of differentiating Disney Plus from Netflix. So as you can see, Disney Plus will have plenty of content worth perusing, although the historical back catalog of Disney and Fox material excites me just as much as the new movies and shows. There are still a lot of classic Disney movies I've yet to see, and I will also use the opportunity to revisit the films I've not seen since my youth. Based on what we've been promised so far and what's potentially coming in the future, I think Disney Plus will be an enormous success. But what are you most excited for? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.